If you enjoyed this enchanting tale of camaraderie, please don't forget to show your support. Your encouragement means everything to us. Let's dive into another captivating story. Deep within an ancient and sprawling jungle, there lived a young elephant named Tembo. Unlike his peers, Tembo wasn't particularly strong or adventurous. He spent most of his days listlessly wandering through the trees, often feeling overlooked and undervalued. One day, while moping beneath the shade of a giant fig tree, Tembo couldn't help but sigh loudly, his heavy trunk resting on the ground. "Oh, how I wish I had a friend who truly valued me for who I am." As he lamented, a tiny yet melodious voice responded, "Who said you don't have a friend?" Startled, Tembo looked up to see a small yet vibrant blue bird perched on a nearby branch. "You don't seem very friendly," the elephant replied, a bit gruffly. "And why would a bird like you be interested in becoming friends with an elephant like me?" The bird hopped closer, tilting his head inquisitively. "Why not? You seem kind. And besides," he added with a wink, "who says a bird and an elephant can't be friends?" Intrigued by the bird's cheerful spirit, Tembo couldn't help but smile. "I suppose you're right. I've been rather unkind. My name is Tembo. What's yours?" "Call me Sky," the bird chirped, extending his wing in a gesture of friendship. And thus began an unlikely camaraderie between a downcast elephant and a spirited blue bird. Over time, Sky would often chirp merrily atop Tembo's head as they strolled through the jungle together. Yet Tembo couldn't shake off a nagging feeling of inadequacy. Despite Sky's unwavering companionship, he still felt overshadowed by his larger, stronger elephant brethren. "Why can't I be brave and mighty like my brothers?" he often wondered. One day, while the pair were taking a midday rest, Tembo voiced his frustrations. "I want to be admired, respected, and most of all, I want to feel strong." He sighed heavily. Sky, perched on Tembo's head, ruffled his feathers in sympathy. "You already are strong, Tembo. You just need to believe in yourself." The elephant shook his head, his ears flapping like flags in the wind. "I don't think I'm strong. If only I had some grand adventure, maybe then people would see how capable I am." As if in response to Tembo's wish, a sudden commotion erupted near the watering hole. The elephants rushed towards the sound, trumpeting loudly, except for Tembo, who hesitated, torn between his desire for adventure and his loyalty to his friend. Sky, sensing Tembo's dilemma, nudged him with his beak. "Go on, Tembo. This is your chance to prove to everyone, and most importantly, to yourself, how strong and brave you can be." Tembo took a deep breath, his resolve growing. With a newfound determination in his stride, he joined his companions at the watering hole. There, they found a group of zebras caught in a precarious situation. A fallen log had blocked their escape, and now they were trapped without a way out. Tembo's brothers, being the strong and courageous elephants they were, wasted no time in devising a solution. They positioned themselves strategically, and with a mighty heave, they shifted the log, creating a passage for the grateful zebras. As the animals dispersed, Tembo's brother noticed his hesitation and asked, "Why didn't you help, brother? You're an elephant, too, you know." Tembo, still catching his breath, explained, "I was scared. I didn't think I could do it." His brother placed a reassuring trunk on his shoulder. "See, Tembo, you might not be the strongest or the biggest, but you have something just as valuable. A kind and compassionate heart. That makes you a true hero in my book." Tembo's heart swelled with gratitude for his brother's kind words. Maybe strength wasn't just about size or power, but also about courage, kindness, and friendship. And Tembo realized he had all of those. From that day on, Tembo walked a little taller, his earlier insecurities replaced by a quiet confidence. While he might not have been the mightiest elephant, he knew he possessed something equally important, a big heart. And he knew as long as he had that and his dear friend Sky by his side, he could face any challenge that came his way. Their bond strengthened. Tembo and Sky continued to explore the vast jungle together. They shared secrets, dreams, and fears. their friendship becoming a beacon of warmth and understanding in the sometimes harsh wilderness. However, as seasons changed and the years rolled by, Sky began to notice changes in Tembo. His once playful and energetic spirits seemed to dim, replaced by a deep sadness. One day, as they sat together beneath a mango tree, Sky couldn't help but ask, "What's troubling you?" Tembo, "You've been distant lately, and I'm worried." Tembo sighed heavily, his trunk drooping low. "I've realized that I've spent so much time with you, Sky. I've neglected my family. They've grown distant, and I fear they may never accept me again." A wave of sympathy washed over Sky. He understood the importance of family. Bonzin couldn't bear to see Tembo so distraught. "Don't worry, Tembo," he chirped reassuringly. "I'm sure they still care about you. Why don't you visit them? I'll accompany you." At the thought of facing his family once more, Tembo's anxiety grew. But what if they reject me? After all this time, I've become a stranger to them. Sky hopped onto Tembo's shoulder and nudged him playfully. "Then you and I will leave and start a new adventure somewhere else. We'll travel the world. Just the two of us." Hearing these words, a genuine smile returned to Tembo's face. He realized that no matter what happened, he had Sky, and that in itself was a comforting thought. With renewed determination, Tembo set out to reconnect with his family. As they approached his old stomping grounds, Tembo's heart pounded with anticipation. Would his family welcome him back, or turn away from him after all this time? Taking a deep breath, he decided to face his fears head on. Suddenly, a loud trumpet echoed through the trees, startling Tembo and Sky. His brother emerged from the foliage, his expression unreadable. "Tembo!" he called out, his voice echoing respect. "We've been expecting you." Tembo's heart skipped a beat. "Expecting me? But why?" His brother gestured with his trunk for Tembo to follow him. And as Tembo walked deeper into the clearing, he saw the rest of his family gathered around a newly born calf. "Everyone, this is Tembo," his brother announced proudly. "And this?" Tembo continued, his voice thick with emotion. "This is Sky. He's been my best friend since we first met." The elephants turned to face Tembo, their eyes filled not with anger or resentment, but with understanding and warmth. "Welcome home, brother," his brother said, embracing him with his trunk. "We've missed you." Tembo's eyes welled up with tears of joy. He had found his place, not just among his family, but also in the heart of his dear friend, Sky. Together, they had overcome challenges, discovered the true meaning of strength, and, most importantly, learned the value of family and friendship. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the clearing, Tembo felt a profound sense of belonging. He realized that true strength lay not in size or power, but in the bonds of kinship and camaraderie. And with his family and friends by his side, he knew he could face whatever challenges lay ahead with courage and grace. And so their story continued, filled with the warmth of togetherness, the strength of family, and the enduring power of friendship.